Biafra, superstars, media.
My people, my Biafran people, now how in a day, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Oyendo Mazenam the Kano. May God bless, may God bless, may God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic, government in exile, His Excellency ESN Ekpa Simon and Joku, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, because we know in your hands Biafra is coming, in your hands Biafra is safe, and in your hands when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. My fellow Biafrans, today I call upon you to congratulate you. Today I want to say big kudos to you all that chose to listen to our Prime Minister. When Simon Ekpa told us we must ignore this so-called riot because we have no dog in the fight, what they are asking for from the zoo government is different from what we the Biafrans we are seeking. Hence, due to the difference of opinion, due to the difference in the mandate, there was no way we could join those lovers of Nigeria in the fought or ongoing protest. But at the same time, we still need to congratulate them for standing up firm and tall and doing what they believe in. Today, I want to speak to the man they call Peter Gregory Obi. Today, I am tagging Peter Obi as the luckiest man alive in that zoo republic. Today, I am saying that the intention of the zoo cabal towards Peter Obi was to MKO Abiola him. Most of you will understand that lingo as I go forward in this presentation. Because Peter Obi is somebody who saw a burning house, he saw a ship was wrecked, he saw the ship was sinking due to lots of holes, riddled holes in that ship. The ship Nigeria was going down, and we the Biafrans were about to come off that ship. But suddenly, Peter Obi allowed himself to be used by Britain. Suddenly, Peter Obi chose to play the role of Nnamdi Azikiwe by allowing Britain to cajole him into carrying out the bid of Britain. For the first time, during the then recent concluded elections in the Zoo Republic, in the year 2023, during their so-called campaigns, Peter Obi came from nowhere. He went to London. He came back. And suddenly he said he wanted to fight to become the president of Nigeria. And suddenly, even though he was ousted out of PDP, even though Atiku and Wike, they pushed him out of PDP, Britain called him back one more time to England and told him to go and join another party, which happened to be the Labour Party. And before you knew it, 20% or more Biafrans who believed in Nnamdi Kanu, who believed in Simon Ekpa, suddenly they had an affinity for Peter Obi. Suddenly, the actions of Peter Obi made them to turn around. They backslided. Like in the case of Lot and his wife in the Bible. They turned around and they believed in Nigeria. They saw Peter Obi as a shining star. They saw Peter Obi as the light at the end of the tunnel. They saw Peter Obi as a shining armor. He became the darling of the youths, and they assumed that for the first time they were convinced that the cabal will listen to the so-called citizens of Nigeria. They came and they spoke about change, and the rest was history. Sadly, about 20% of the Biafrans who were committed to the freedom of themselves and their families, they turned around and they believed in the same Nigeria that put them into the same quagmire that they found themselves. And before you know it, even though we know the outcome of that zoo elections, even though the youths that believed in Nigeria, they believed in the cabal, they blamed Simon Ekpa. They said Simon Ekpa was about to stop Peter Obi from becoming the president of the Zoo Republic. They all went to social media, and every day they were calling on Finland, calling on the ambassador of Finland, calling on the Finnish government to arrest Simon Ekpa and repatriate Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria. They wanted Simon Ekpa to be returned to Nigeria so that the then Buhari will have a field day with Simon Ekpa. What a shame. But in the end, we saw what happened. Even though Peter Obi got the mandate, even though Peter Obi won that elections, we saw what they did. They called it a system glitch. And for the first time, the youths, the so-called youths in Nigeria, they got a taste of what the cabals could do. And before you know it, my people, Peter Obi was taken from first position to third position in that election. And for the fact you all voted for somebody who was outside, a man without a structure, as they said, the cabal became angry with you. Tinubu felt insulted, and he caused mayhem to the Biafrans in Lagos and elsewhere. And also, what is so embarrassing and shocking is that Peter Obi always called Atiku Abubakar his elder brother. He said that's his leader, his mentor. But Atiku Abubakar could not even be honorable to his so-called mentee. Atiku was happy to take the position of second, even though he knew that he came below Peter Obi. But he chose, when the cabal, they pushed him up to second position and Peter Obi third position. Atiku could not even come out to say, no, I reject this result. Because from our situation report, from the PDP situation report, we saw Peter Obi was leading even us in a landslide. So there is no way, as a honorable man, I would take a position higher than Peter Obi's Labour Party. I don't know where you got that result from. With all due respect, Peter Obi had more votes than me. So if you are saying I'm second, Peter Obi should be first. That's what somebody who is honorable should have done. But he failed to rise to that occasion. He pretended not to see the real results from his own station ground. And Peter Obi to this day, he's calling him his brother. So today, you see the protests happening in that Zoo Republic. People are dying, people are fighting. They say they want to end bad governance in that Zoo Republic. But those in power, those that run the government, they have given you a deaf ears, but instead they have unleashed mayhem on you. They've killed you and they blame you for being the one causing the riot. They say the youths who are protesting are the ones breaching the peace during the protest. This makes me to come to the man they call Peter Obi. And I am saying today, Lord have mercy, I am saying that Peter Obi is the luckiest man alive. Because they could have MKO ABIOLA'd him. If Peter Obi had fallen for the traps of the Jagaban and the rest of them, if he had assumed he's going to fight for his so-called mandate, and he claimed it was stolen from him, they would have done to him what they did to the then great MKO ABIOLA, who won the freest and fairest election in that Zoo Republic. But at the end, Babangida annulled the election. Also, with the riots you are seeing today, if Peter Obi has made the mistake to assume that he can go all out and be at the forefront of these rioters, they would have used Peter Obi to make an example of the other people who came out to riot. So my fellow Biafrans, at this point, I hope that Peter Obi will not make the same mistake again, because to an extent, he delayed the movement, the plans, the scope, the project called the restoration of Biafra, because so many of our members suddenly they believed in Nigeria, but Nigeria has happened to them. And today we are glad that they've seen the outcome of the government in power. They've seen the hardship. They've seen poverty in the land. They've seen how the economic sanctions placed by our Prime Minister, Ekpa, is affecting the Zoo government. And slowly they are turning around. Slowly those Biafrans that supported Peter Obi in the last election, now they see there is no hope in that thing they call Nigeria. Now they understand that Nigeria is dead. And now they are turning around. They are coming back home to join the Biafran people, to join this movement, and to support our liberation. So as they come and join us, I want them to know that we still have our own timetable. We still have our own government, their blueprint to make sure Biafra is actualized from 2nd of December 2024. They are welcome back home. They are welcome back to the folds. But from what you are seeing in the so-called zoo called Nigeria, it is the beginning of the end of Nigeria. But at this point, I want to warn Peter Obi. Do not make the mistake to derail our movement for the second time. It is done on you now. You did all you could do in the last election. People came out to vote for you. They were chased away. And at the end, even though we all know you won that election with a landslide, we saw what the cabal did to you. We saw what the rulers of Nigeria did to you. We saw that Britain, they betrayed you in the 11th hour. They only wanted you to compete or contest the election in a way to derail the plans of the Biafrans. So, Mr. Peter Obi, at this point, consider yourself the luckiest man alive. Because what is happening right now could have happened to you. The protest you are seeing, because the cabal, they will not give you a free hand to rule that country called Nigeria. Even Tinubu, to an extent, he has now seen what is happening. The complexity of that zoo called Nigeria. The problems of that zoo is cumbersome. And even Tinubu, who is the Jagaban, they claimed he built Lagos, but now he cannot rebuild Nigeria. Peter Obi, and to others who believe in Peter Obi, let this be a lesson, a moment for you all to remember that yes, you may have friends all across the Nigeria because they are all rich, they are billionaires the same way you are. They may treat you nice, they may treat you kind, they may appreciate you as a friend. But when it comes to the contraption called Nigeria, not even friendship can save Nigeria. Because last time I checked, the right-hand man of Peter Obi, known as Donyo Kukwe, he is suddenly speaking a new tone, attacking, insulting, and reducing Peter Obi for who he is. Last time I checked, your so-called fellow comrade, a brother, a friend, the man they call Kenneth Okonkwo, last time I checked, he called you weak. He said you're not fit enough to rule Nigeria. Because it has dawned on Kenneth Okonkwo. Now he understands the kind of Nigeria he's dealing with. And he knows a gentleman cannot solve or handle Nigeria. Today, I want to tell Kenneth Okonkwo that not even Jesus can save Nigeria. Nigeria is done. Nigeria is in the gutters. And Nigeria will come to an end from the 2nd of December 2024. Lastly, before I go, to all those who are protesting, to all those who are shouting, clamoring for end bad governance in Nigeria, for all those who are crying that they are hungry, I see you all, I feel your pain, I understand what you're going through. In a civilized world, yesterday the president should have spoken to you and dealt with your concerns. In a civilized world, the police will be there to protect you while you are doing your protest. But instead of them doing that in the Zoo Republic, they are busy shooting live bullets and tear gas to kill and disperse the people. They are busy sending in their thugs to disrupt the peaceful movement you are having. Which is why I want you all to know, I'm speaking to you as a neighbor, as a good neighbor. I want you all to know there's a fire on the mountain. Protesting for good governance is not the right approach, because you don't expect criminals to suddenly become born again and give you good governance. You don't expect those who are out there to steal as much as they could. They called the wealth of the nation, they called it a national cake. Your politicians, they called the oil, the revenue from the oil of Biafra, national cake. Even Gowon, he said, in the early 70s, he said, the problem is not money. The problem with Nigeria is how to spend the money. That tells me at the time of plenty, at the time when that zoo was at its peak, they were thinking about how to spend the money, not how to invest or reinvest the revenue, the proceeds they were getting from oil. So if during the so-called baby boom days, the good days, as they say, they were thinking of how to spend the national cake. And today, when things are going hard, I see you are hungry. Even to buy a bag of rice, your 1 month salary cannot do that. You are hungry, you say. I can hear you. But those you are protesting against, they cannot hear you. They don't feel your pain, because they have a mission. Their mission is to steal as much as they could before Nigeria comes to an end. Which is why somebody said, it is my time to come and steal. It's my time. It's my turn. You have eaten yours for 8 years. It is my turn to eat. So, Mr. Peter Obi, I want you to consider yourself as the luckiest man alive. Because if you had been the president, they would all have bullied you the same way they bullied that coward they call Goodluck Jonathan. Today you call him an elder statesman, but I call him a coward. He was weak. He ran away like a bitch. I said it. You were in the helm of affairs. You saw foreigners coming into the land. All you could have done was break that country up. But instead, you washed your hands off the case of Nigeria like Pontius Pilate. You sold the people. You sold the most vulnerable people to the cabal to take over and consume and destroy them. You are the weakest among the weak. I have no respect for the man they call Goodluck Jonathan. You chickened out in the 11th hour. You are not a man. Real men don't act that way. You saw the problem. You were in charge. You saw Boko Haram and the rest of them. All you could have done was give us Biafra and allow us to protect and defend our land. But instead, you ran away. You ran away. So Peter Obi, consider yourself the luckiest man alive in that Zoo Republic. I rest my case. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have ears, let them hear. Thank you.
Yeah, Biafra, Biafra is the freedom. Yeah, Biafra, Biafra, let it be known. We're here for the throne. Biafra, we going home. Yeah, yeah. Mazin, I'm the Kanu. Mazin, Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister Biafra. You know he does it better. I'm looking all strapped up in this game, Biafra soldier. Let my name be known, nigga. I'm the soldier. Yeah, I'm fighting for liberation. I'm fighting for the people. I'm fighting for my freedom. Yeah, we fight for Biafra. Let it be known, cause we're straight from Africa. Yeah, the black nation, the creation of God. I am the lion, it's taking it hard. We're fighting for the freedom.